Alright, we are back. Welcome to the Werewolf, the apocalypse game of Rage Across New York. We're all ragers. We're angry at the worm that is corrupting our world, right?
I'm looking. I
don't know why people are rolling dice right now, but that's okay.
Oh, I was just experimenting to see if it actually worked out, you change the thing. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, this show is rated R for Aru and for rough and for really some heavy subject matter. So far we've had sickness, including sick kids. We've had possession of demonic possession in the sense that Banes are demons. We've had mental health. We've had a discussion about the trials of becoming a werewolf, which is not easy on the mind. And other such issues. Also, rescuing kids from horrible network of child smugglers, and something sketchy happening in the psychiatric community in New York City. So there's plenty of mature subject matters to.
Yes, this show is rated R for rough themes, actually.
Rough themes, yes, that is true.
We will be fighting against that bad stuff, so.
Yes. Both
good spirits
against the bad spirits around you and also against hopelessness and rage inside you. Hirano versus Hauglosk. So that will come into play too. With us we have the Pact, the Hellwalkers, also known as the Questing Pack. Who are they?
Guess I'll start. Hello, I'm Dominic, or Domi for short, any pronouns. I'll be playing Bryce, currently known by her pack name, Femis. She is a Black Fury, Fox, a bit of a diplomat of sorts. And she's looking forward to getting back in the chaos of things.
The chaos of things. As if it wasn't chaotic already.
Back into action.
Indeed.
Alright then. I'm El Duende, pronouns also any all, and I am playing as Jake Stromfeld, aka True Strike, Get a Fenris Aru.
I'm Jan, I'm playing Paul, aka Skitters and Shadows, aka Otis, the Bonor Ragabash Thief.
Hello, I am Enda, Ekim. I'm playing Miranda Blackpool, goes by Weave Walker. Current pack leader and Theurge of the Glasswalkers.
I'm Roger. I'm playing Miles Lincoln, Glasswalker, Galliard, New York Bohemian.
Indeed. And we're currently very far from New York City, aren't we?
As we usually are.
As we usually are. 2 adventures. We've had one little vignette inside New York City so far, so yay.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 of our adventures outside of New York City.
Yeah, we had a small meeting arc where we just did a montage of different meetings in New York, and then we're back.
Oh, we rescued those kids, but then partly for that we were outside of New York, yes.
Yep. But, so yeah, the very last thing we did last session was this group being accepted as the Questing Pack here at the Valkenburg Foundation in Wyoming, which is not exclusive to your roles in New York City. Until now, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, emotionally or otherwise. A lot to take in for this group of Garu, because, of course, you've arrived here in Wyoming after a 26-hour, 30-hour drive. And literally the first thing that happened when you left the Winnebago was, welcome to Valkenburg. All the information, what are we doing here? Do you want to help us? So the first moment you get to rest happens at 4 a.m. after you're being inducted as the Questing Pack. And I think everybody just falls over. You had a moment to rest before the initiation too, so it was a few hours there in the lodge. But this new morning, I guess that we have 5 pretty tired Garu who are slowly making their way out of their beds. Maybe
try something during the night before we actually wake up?
I guess you can, yeah.
I want to write like the message, "You have been discovered, flee," like 5 times on a piece of paper, tear it up, and slip it under 5 random staff members' houses, rooms.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's do that. You are a very sneaky boy, aren't you?
Yeah, I think I can do this without rolling.
Yeah, there is night guard, but they have turned off all the wards for you because you are the questing pack. So, yeah, I feel like you can do that without rolling. You're gonna sneak around there. I am gonna give you point of superficial willpower damage, only because you're so tired. You've been up so long, and now you're gonna fight the fatigue once more. I know there's no. As far as I remember, in the rule set, there's no such thing as rules for getting tired as a werewolf. But
Yeah,
I'm just feeling that it would be weird if sleeplessness would not have an effect in some fashion. So I'm taking a page from other games. And
immune to sleep.
you'll be able to slip in and out from these different rooms. Picking the locks here, if you need to, not hard at all. The sense of security has to do with the warding spirits who, you've seen them, Weave Walker. They are crystalline crows flying around in the Umbra, and they will make noises through the Umbra to those who can hear such things, like yourself and the other Theurges here. And since Skitters in Shadows is now marked as an accepted questing pack member, they're not gonna bother with him. So there we are, 5 notes under 5 pillows.
This is what we call a shot in the dark. The Gallagher approach to finding if somebody here is actually sus.
At very least, you can explain it as just a Ragabash having a bit of banter.
Yeah, exactly. If anyone goes, what is this? I'm just Ragabash. It's what we do.
It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank.
Prank, bro.
That's such a useful ability.
It isn't it? Like you are literally living the Ragabash dream. You know what? I believe, if I remember correctly, doing things that are consistent to your auspice is something that gives you stuff. At least it used to in earlier.
At the end of the session, you can heal aggravated willpower if you.
Yes.
No, wait, that's if you follow your
tribe's
main.
thing.
Yeah.
So that's like your patron. Yeah. In his case, that would be honor. I believe. Anyway,
I just want to do something sneaky.
which is understandable. This is. You're Ragabash. You're supposed to do something sneaky.
Yeah, supposed to be a weird little guy.
Yes, exactly. I was looking at, there we go, our renown trackers. Because clearly Miranda has the right to stand in front of elders and be recognized for her honor whenever that
As long as she doesn't speak, that'll be good.
Up to you to decide how you're gonna approach that. But yeah, it's morning. Skitters has done his thing. And what do you want to do this morning as you all wake up at, I don't know, I'm guessing it's sleeping in time? Nobody's gonna bother you in the morning here.
I want to try to find, what was the name of that guy? The Wolfsbane scout. What's his name? Callan?
Kanak Tale, yeah.
Yeah, him.
He may or may not be here this morning. Roll a
Well,
d10.
Roll a d10, okay.
Scouts do a lot of work away from this place.
8 out of 10. I don't know what that means.
It means that he's probably here.
Oh.
So we'll be out and about early, bright and early here. At least Skitters it will be. even if the others are still in the lodge. I don't know. What
guess,
are the others doing here? Skitters is just like walking out and
Sleeping in,
hi.
obviously.
I guess Jake is gonna say, "All right, I'm gonna go out for a jog. If you want to join me."
Okay, 5 more minutes.
Just turns over, sleeps on the other side.
Yeah, she flunked school. She doesn't have a like daily sleep rhythm.
That makes sense. I'm gonna roll to see here which rune is not on the morning shift out of Dan and Harry. He
True
might
strike,
join you for a run.
Yeah.
So it turns out that it's gonna be Harry who is not having his shift in the morning, which means, of course, that he will be doing his exercises too. So if True Strike wants someone to run around with,
Yep.
that's your man.
I guess I'll be with Harry then.
Indeed. He's gonna be like, morning there, Jake, True Strike. How you doing?
Morning, Harry. I'm doing good. You?
I'm okay. Didn't get much sleep last night. But that's how it should be. For the best of reasons. For the best of reasons.
True.
Oh, you made like a funny. He's not laughing necessarily, but you're a good sport, aren't you?
At least I think I'm funny.
Smack over shoulder. Storm Speaker, Weave Walker, are we sleeping in this morning?
She's gonna wake up at a reasonable hour because she's used to just working through the morning.
It's just
I
too early.
think her plan is to find out what the questing pack has actually been asked to do. So she's gonna try and get a hold of the boss.
Gretchen.
Yep.
Yeah, you probably meet her in the cafeteria, like in the kitchen, like where the dining
Yeah,
hall next to the kitchen.
she'll wake up and try and get some food.
You know what? You won't. If you're waking up, it depends on how early you're waking up. I'm going into but yeah,
She's
9
probably
o'clock.
waking
You're
up
probably
pretty
gonna
early.
meet her in the having a breakfast. The morning shift is having breakfast and so on. Storm Speaker, are we getting up?
Yeah, Miles will get up and we'll also be going off for a jog with the most muscle. Because after being shot more times than 50 Cent and then driving halfway across America, Miles is actually becoming somewhat resilient. And I want to spend my XP on a third dot of stamina.
That makes sense. Do we have enough XP? Yes, we have enough XP to do that. Do we want to do that right now?
I feel like thematically it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So, 15.
Even if everybody else is moonbridging home, Miles needs his Winnebago back. So at least he's the one who have to make the drive, even if nobody else is with him when he does.
That makes sense. That also increases your health by 1 point. Your health track. It's gonna take longer to bash you now. It feels a bit Gaillardy to be a bit sturdy. I don't know why they put Bard in that slot, but it always felt like the auspices went from like weakest to strongest somehow, from Ragabash to Arun, but I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like I
you gotta
definitely
be,
need to pick up.
The thing about being a storyteller is you have to be alive to tell the story, so...
True.
This is true. Yes.
Yeah, because if the Galliards weren't tanky, then, like, the Garu would have no historians.
Which tells you something about the values of the society. Like, a Ragabash we can do without, but our storytellers...
Yeah.
or not.
Think of beefing up, I need
Though
to once I get the experience.
So I feel
find a
like
good
it's
moment.
more in a football team where some people have the job to be up front to score, and others are like back up further back and not take the hits and stuff like that. So
I have plans in the works, so I need to bulk up as well eventually, so that I can enact those plans.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. You are not super bulky right now for being an Arun, but you're super fast.
Yeah.
And also your stamina is low.
It
Which
is, yeah,
hasn't really mattered so far that much because...
so far, but it might eventually if
Yeah.
I'm not careful.
Yeah, no, I can totally see you
Usually
bulking
you
up.
kill things before you take that much damage, so...
Yeah, he
That's
usually
usually
does
true
kill
as
them.
well.
So, are we saying that True Strike is a glass cannon?
Hmm.
Yes.
That he hits people so hard they don't get up to hurt him?
Yeah.
That's
but
a strategy.
eventually
That's a
we
strategy.
Oh.
will
And if he ever comes, like if he ever comes up against a mirror version of himself, like he's dead. It's just a roll off to see who attacks first.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whoever attacks first will kill themselves.
Yeah, which means I need to like get a bunch of stamina so that I can survive that.
Very well.
I think it's one of there's an evil power or something that one of the spirits has that makes you attack yourself. So if you ever get exposed to that, you're just instant death.
Oh no, Ender, stop giving the storyteller ideas. Keep doing it.
Yeah, please stop, actually.
I'm just taking notes here for my Black Spiral dancers who will enter
You
at a
motherfucker,
dramatically
you
appropriate
killed me.
moment.
I think if everyone else attacked themselves, they would at most partially injure themselves, but if you did, you would delete yourself.
Canaktale, your Skitters, is here, and yeah, as before, in that black wolf lupus form, with silver markings along the side, and also, of course, the various glyphs marking him as a Silent Strider Gaillard.
Okay, I'll switch into Lupus to talk to him.
All right. Is this our first attempt to switching your token into? Okay, I don't actually have a lupus form for you yet because I haven't made it manga enough. I'll get there.
Oh, when they pasted one up that you can use, it's in the chat.
Yeah.
I like the images I posted for both myself and Skitters. I feel like they could work.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Oh, poor Skitters. That is a terrible picture. Mangy.
There might be a lupus form of True Strike in the works. Who knows?
Honestly,
Oh.
if that's the image we're going with, then I'm headcanoning that Skitters is related to White Howlers.
Maybe he is. He does come from places and parts unknown.
It's just worse and worse. Yeah.
Alright, I feel like to simplify things, I feel like we should call Black Spiral dancers like pups who haven't danced the Black Spiral eye roll White Howlers. I guess. Differentiate them.
Anyway, what does Skitters want with Canaktale this morning?
So-
So many others is having breakfast.
Okay, so the last time we were here, I talked to the guy about his capture, right? And we can just do this in the scene without me. But what I want to do is ask him the thing and make sure their stories agree. And you can
Yeah,
just say, yeah, they agree, or
they,
no,
they do agree. Yes, they do agree.
Okay, great.
Skitters is still on the paranoid here. We're playing games. It is total or insufficient paranoia, so I'm not saying Skitters is wrong. But no, Canaktale will tell. It's going to be a slightly different story than the one you heard from.
Yeah, but I'm going to say things like, "Oh, I heard you found her in like northern Iowa," and he's, "No, I found her in New York," which is what the other guy said. And I'm like, "Oh, and she was singing her own name," and he said, "No, I found that out from the spirits." So I'll get a couple of details wrong so he can correct me.
I
actually
want you to do manipulation subterfuge roll, because it's obvious here that what Skitters is trying to do is to find a hole in the story. But even if there is no holes in the story and they're completely honest, Kanaktale might get grumpy if he realizes what you're doing.
He can get grumpy all he likes.
Yes, he can indeed. So he's going to roll a wits and insight check to see if he can see what you're doing, or if he's just oblivious to it.
The Gale roll.
He's
He's done it again!
He is just oblivious to it. Yeah, he's telling his side of the story, and no, that's not what you just said. That's not how it goes. Grumble, growl. It should be like this, and he corrects this and that. Sometimes he will say, I don't want to talk about that part. It was not a memory I cherish.
Okay,
You do
so
not catch
if...
him in any lies.
Okay.
Feel free to roll a wits and insight check for... You do not catch him in any attempts to manipulate you?
Okay. Let's roll wits and insight and see if I can get a read off this dude. Like, is he coming off as a guy who's... Is he telling this story from memory, or is this a story he's rehearsed?
Yep.
Skitters actually has insight. Not a lot, but a bit.
You'll need to roll 2 successes now, because you managed to get 1.
How many dice do you have? Because if you have 4, you could just have it.
If you take half...
I only
he
have 3
doesn't.
dice.
He has 3. He has 3 for this.
Oh.
Yeah.
You will
Is
have
there
to
any way
roll.
I can boost this? I don't know.
Oh, wait,
Spend
who's the
willpower.
upset-
Willpower reroll.
Willpower
are you the
reroll.
offender? Oh, wait.
Well, that works. Kanaktale is a Gaillard like storm speaker, but most Gaillards tend to be very sociable and very adept at social cues. That's what they do. Them and the Philodox, they tend to be master manipulators, master leaders, masters at telling amazing stories. They know their face game. Not Kanaktale, not in the slightest. He is as transparent as they get. He can, but yeah, he's...
Kanaktale is the true strike of Philodoxin, right?
Yeah, basically. He is off-putting, not terribly nice. He answers in grunts and snarls and just rudeness. And he has no cool at all. You've never met someone who is so easy to read, I don't think, Skitters.
Okay, and I read him as being an asshole but honest?
Yes.
Okay. I think at this point, Skitters
It's
is
just like me for
satisfied.
real.
What?
He is true striking Gaillard form.
The Gaillard.
Yep.
I don't know why I said Philodox. You get what I mean.
Yes. Anyway, meanwhile, inside the kitchen, it's just a really big table with chairs around it, so everybody can eat communally together, and there's no like high seat like on the short end. It's a round table. You are the workers around the round table now, Wee Walker. And there's going to be a few of the others here in the morning as well, of course, but you wanted to speak to Valkenburg. Gretchen.
Yeah, she's gonna sit down and make sure they've both finished eating first. She's not gonna interrupt actually eating food. But once there's a free moment at the end, she's just gonna be like, Gretchen, I'm sure you probably wanted to do this in a more formal setting, but what do you need from us? Specifically.
Specifically, we need to be able to call upon you whenever...
So you don't need us now?
Not at the moment, no. As I said, this is not going to be a full-time job, as it were. The questing pack comes when called to do particularly difficult missions. When we find lost ones, or Lucius find lost ones who either are being hunted by the enemy, because that happens, a lost one who has gone into the war form and been very careless about the veil will attract attention from the enemy much quicker than regular Garou would. Sometimes it's going to be a matter of several different parties. This isn't necessarily things that happen frequently, mind you. For the most part, Lucius and Canactale, they can track down patients, people who should come to us for treatment, and lead them back on their own. As you can see, one of our newest patients here, the young boy, that was no trouble at all, really, in terms of danger for our scouts. But there will be times when that is not the case, and that's when the questing pack comes in. This is... I don't know if we're gonna have need of you this year or next year, but we will call.
Understood. Then I'll need to speak to... I wrote down her name several times. Why do I keep losing it? I've got to speak to the leader of the Sept of the Green about Gravespeaker's condition.
Of course.
And what she wants. Mother Larissa. Yes.
Alright, feel free to use the phone in my office if you want. Or anywhere, really.
Yeah. In that case, I don't think she has a number for Mother Larissa.
That makes
So-
sense. Usually,
I
when you were in New York, you didn't need. Also, what phone is Mother Larissa gonna pick up, right?
Yeah, because
The
like she
landline.
lives.
It's like a
in
phone
the,
connected to a tree.
Okay, that's very funny. That is actually pretty good. that was actually pretty good. I'll give you that one. But she does live in the can, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, she is like many homeless people. She will walk around and sleep under a bridge sometimes, in a culvert sometimes. And she takes care of her flock too, like the kinfolk and others.
Although, I guess since there are so many glass workers in the city, something you could do is call a fellow glass worker and
Yes.
ask her to lend
I
over a phone
could.
to Mother Larissa.
Flash
if
is
you know
particularly
any.
good for that purpose because Flash has some money. He is close to the leadership in Sept of the Green. He's a glass walker. He has access to even a portable phone, much like yourself, Weed Walker. It's a
Flash,
Yeah.
get
Nice.
grandma on the phone.
nice brick there. Yeah.
I might give my telepathy a shot then, as that seems the easiest way, and I'm no longer drained of willpower.
That is fair. Yeah, you had a good night's sleep. Your telepathy. Mind speak.
Mind speak.
Two-way communication to the chosen. If the user haven't, it must be in line of sight. If the subject is known but not present, a resolve plus wisdom test is required to establish contact. The distance and whether the user is familiar with the subject's location. Okay, the user is familiar. You're not entirely familiar with the subject location. New York-ish.
Yeah.
So
New York,
the difficulty-
possibly.
between 2 and 5. So I'm gonna say this is not person hidden on another continent. I'm gonna give it a 3. It's the
Okay.
same continent. It's just the other side of the continent, which raises the difficulty quite a bit. But on the other hand, it's a very familiar person, so I'm gonna allow it to be a 3.
Okay. Difficulty 3.
In this case, I could have just put it to a 4. So you are
Let's
reaching
not-
out to Mother Larissa, aren't you?
I'm trying to.
You are, and you're.
I'll probably do
successful.
that at the table. I'll just, after I finish, like, the conversation, I'll just give me a second. Close by.
Yep. And Mother Larissa is there on the other side. So, let's see. Once contact is established, thoughts can travel in both directions, so long as both participants are willing. You can't read the mind of a subject, only the thoughts intended to be sensed. Any major distraction breaks the connection. Alright, Mother Larissa is there. Because of time
I'm just
zone
gonna-
differences, it's like noon there now? Almost.
Okay.
Oh.
She's just gonna say, apologies for reaching out like
Ah,
this.
Weave
That's-
Walker. Oh, you clever clog. You have learned from the spirits, haven't you? A dream spirit, if I'm not mistaken.
I dream every day, it'd be a waste to not learn.
That makes sense. Now, where are you, and what has happened?
Currently, I'm at the Foundation. It's very different from what limited information we had. But
Well, from your...
I'm here with the leader, Gretchen Valkenburg, who is a kinfolk.
Oh, I
uh,
see. From your tone, it seems to me that you are not in a great deal of danger at the moment. I take that as a good sign.
It is. This entire area is managed by a group of non-denominational guru, as they're trying to help and rehabilitate lost folk, specifically other guru. But I've located a grave seeker is here. His condition is troubling. I don't believe he's safe to travel. And when I say to travel, I don't mean just for him.
I see. But your sense is that he's getting good care, then?
He's being taken care of. I don't know whether his condition's improving, but I can't imagine it getting worse in these settings.
That seems like a mixed bag, doesn't it? Yeah. Do you believe that he would have a better chance of improvement here or there?
I don't know what facilities you have there, but...
We don't have any. Not
then
for...
I believe he would be probably safer in the long term to be rehabilitated here. Although, I don't know whether that is possible at the moment. He is fractured in a very complete way.
Harano? Hauglosk?
I don't know. There's aspects of him that are quite sad. He seems more... different personalities, possibly schizophrenic, but I am obviously not a doctor. But that's the behavior that I'm witnessing. He has still access to all of his abilities,
I see.
which makes him a danger. And
It does.
access to other things that I don't understand.
Well, that is interesting, isn't it? It is difficult for me to give you advice on what you should do. You have seen what you have seen, and I have not. But do what you think is best for Graveseeker and his health. If you trust the Valkenburg Foundation, then perhaps it is better to let the Foundation take care of him. We did get worried when our glasswalkers doing research on the Foundation found that this Foundation was a place of, well, leaning with psychiatric mandate after your findings in the city. It was too much of a coincidence, you understand. But, as you say, it seems to be not what we expected, and we have to make sure that we don't rush into things based on false expectations. So you have done well, young one. You have done well. Your Gaia would be pleased, I think.
That's good. But in that case, I will... Yes, I think it's best if we leave Graveseeker in their care, at least for the time being. There's also been an update as they have requested that we assist them as the Pact. I don't know if you've heard of the questing Pact. We are on the other side of the country.
I vaguely heard of such a thing.
Unfortunately,
stories travel.
Yes.
The questing pack are gaining much renown for fighting off umbral bane spirits and such to defend weak defenseless Garou. Yes, I've heard of such.
From what I know, the questing pack worked closely with the Valkenburg Foundation.
Oh, did they now? Oh.
And unfortunately, they have also passed away.
Oh.
They appear to have been ambushed,
Oh.
possibly deliberately in the Umbra.
Oh, you will hear the mournful sounds from Mother Larissa as it's a reflex for her now to, at her age.
She's heard about a lot of death.
Right?
Yeah.
How many werewolves has she seen fall on the field of battle in her life? It must have been. Is there anyone left from the time when she was a young pup and just had
Grave
clear to
Seekers
her?
around?
That Haru generally do not get to the privilege of dying of old age.
Generally not.
It's just impressive, seeing as though they're so healthy.
Yeah, Mother Larissa is canonically in her 70s, which is crazy.
Yep.
But she's going to say, unfortunately, they were ambushed in the Umbra. Possibly deliberately, as they were lured there.
Not much for us to do here in the Sept of the Green about that. It's not our pack.
No, but the Foundation offered the title.
Offered the title?
Sorry, headphones died. They do that, they just lose connectivity for some reason.
What?
They come back a few seconds later, but it's very annoying.
Yep.
What was I saying? Yes, they offered the title of the questing pack and its related responsibilities to us.
Oh, I see.
And I felt it, since it wouldn't interfere with any of our duties to the Sept of the Green, I think we accepted.
Oh. I'm not pleased that you accepted before you consulted with me. You should certainly do that. Consult with your elders first. You have a duty to the Sept of the Green. But, as it happens, I think you made the right choice anyway. You can hear like a thought or like an image. You can hear her go, if I could, I'd pinch you in the ear and give you a nice pinch on the cheek as well.
Since I can send thoughts, can I send images?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? I guess you can. Why not?
Presumably.
Because thoughts, like images and thoughts, are interchangeably mentally.
Right?
In that case, I will try to replay the interaction I had with Graveseeker so she can get an idea of what I was dealing with.
You can't send memories.
Like, I feel like you could
But
send
you
like
can
a general
try to like,
order.
I'm thinking about what I was doing now, and yeah. It's not gonna be a clear memory. She's not gonna be able to watch it like she's watching a recording of the event, but she'll get the gist of it.
Or just an
Okay.
image of like general despair.
Yeah, and it's obviously gonna be colored by your emotional investment in what happened, because it's your thoughts.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
In that case, to be clear, I think, just as a record, I believe we did speak. We just didn't do it in-game. We did say we were going to talk to our people back in New York, and then we said we'd skip to the ceremony.
Well, maybe that's what. Okay. Anyway, in any case, you are not being cooked alive over fire for the outrage.
But
So-
yes, from what I gathered, it's not a thing that would be called on often, as far as I'm aware. And we do have, there is a nearby can that has offered to act as a moon bridge to New York, so we can return here if we need to.
Excellent.
But-
What sept is it?
Wasn't
The sept is of the.
It wasn't-
The sept of the pure heart is what it's called.
sorry. It's the Sept of the Pure Heart.
Very well. I'll be able to have words with the elders there.
Yes. But either way, our vehicle will need to take the long way around, so
Of course.
unless we're called upon, we will be heading back to our home, the Sept of the Green.
Very well. You will be welcome when you come back, and we will listen at the next moot to your great story. I'm sure Storm Speaker will have interesting stormy words about it. See what I did there?
I'm sure he will. He is quite talented, isn't he?
Oh no.
Between Mikkel and I, oi. I asked my son to wash the car. I come back to him and I say, "Is it washed?" He says, "Mikkel Hellstrom." I smile because I know it's washed.
Yeah, I'm going to.
That was
I
too
don't get it.
mean, El Duende. Too mean. Cross the line. Cross the line.
Right?
Oh god.
In that case, she's going to thank Mother Larissa for her time and say, is there any message you would like to pass on to the head of this, to Gretchen, the head of the Foundation?
Why don't you tell her that the Sept of the Green thanks her for her service to Gaia and the Sept, and that we will be eager to help them in their worthy mission. And if we have, perhaps, if the members of the Sept of the Green are in need of their services, perhaps we should send them to her. Though, something you cannot tell her, Weave Walker of the Weave, I think it's a good idea for two reasons that you have taken up this role upon yourselves. One is, of course, that if they are truly genuine in what they do, it is a very great boon to Gaia and one of the most probably important institutions and safe havens for Garou on the continent. If they are not, well, maybe you can root that out too, and before they do any harm.
Understood. She's going to pass, since Gretchen is right there, she's going to pass the message as she hears it, up until the point where it's, oh, don't tell Gretchen this.
Yep, because that would be weird.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, and we will see you in probably a few days. It's going to be a bit of a drive.
It will indeed, says Gretchen. Before you do leave for the drive, perhaps we should introduce you to Chief Takakane of the Gale Stalkers in the Pure Heart Sept. That is where you would land. That is where the Moonbridge would take you.
Ah, yes, we should at least introduce ourselves before we teleport to there at some point in the future.
Exactly. Indeed.
Yeah, she will. That's probably a good idea.
I guess for that.
In that case, I'll go and collect the rest of the pack. If you would like to send someone with us to guide us to the Sept.
Of course. Why don't we send Kanaktale to make it really confusing about the names?
That's gonna be very helpful. You could have chosen Harry, but you chose.
I could have chosen Harry.
In that case, she's just gonna go and talk to everyone, get them all together. She tries to track down Skitters wherever he's gone.
Yep.
Oh fuck, we're already leaving? Okay. One moment. Bryce just stretches.
Enjoy the bed. We've got 3 days more of driving to go back.
Fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna run very quickly. Shit, is the cafeteria still open?
Yeah.
Okay. One moment. And Bryce just quickly pulls on their jacket and skips to the cafeteria.
Whoosh. He's gone. She's
I
gone.
can only live on gas station hot dogs and whatever is in the Winnebago fridge for so long.
Yep.
Because if we drive back, and if all the drivers are in Glabro form, we'll be both better drivers and we'll have higher stamina.
This is true. You are not wrong. You are also going to run a higher risk of being pulled over because, ugh.
Let's watch who's driving the car.
Granted, long distance driving could be resolved drive, so you never know.
Could be what?
Resolved drive.
Yes, it could be. That's not a bad idea. But before we
I
get
think
to
that's
that,
even listed in the book, actually.
is it? Oh, that's pretty cool. Anyway, before we get to that, I feel like you are going to. Oh, look at that, Skitters! It was changed now for your lupus form. Are you still in lupus?
Yeah, I don't think I changed back yet. I'm still talking to.
I feel like I need to
Will you
crop
mind
that so we can actually
focusing?
see the face of the Maggie thing.
Yeah.
I'm awoken.
Right.
Hey, mine worked.
I guess I'll change back to Hamid if I'm finished talking to Calatale.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Where? Oh, wrong button. I was looking in the wrong place. No wonder I couldn't find it.
But it works. We now have the buttons to change your appearance accordingly. We just need to polish it a little bit. All right.
So Miguel,
Yeah.
go change my image.
Why would you do that?
Sorry, I missed that thing. I'll go back.
If she wants to tear apart the passenger seat.
Clearly, yes. That is what she wants.
Me in the
to.
morning, for real. No.
So Kanak Tale will guide you up there because
As we pass, are we passing through cow country, beef country? I guess you'd say.
Yes ish. This is Cauldron Rock Cairn in the Sept of the Pure Heart, and it's up in the hills. So from the flatlands where the Valkenburg Foundation is to the hills, it's definitely cow country, though not as much as it would be in maybe Montana and Texas and some other prairie states. But Kanak Tale is basically there because he shares native ancestry with the others in the Pure Sept, even though he is in fact a silent strider and not a Gale Stalker.
Well, he doesn't have to be.
But the Sept of the Pure Heart itself is a nice place, probably. It's a Sept. It's where Garou should feel safe, isn't it?
So when we get there, there's going to be smoke pouring out of it, right?
No. No, there isn't. For once, everything is just nice and peaceful. You're now in the Black Hills, which are Black Hills National Park, as it were.
I thought they were in Dakota. Are we close to Dakota?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the Black Hills National Forest stretches across western South Dakota and northeastern Wyoming.
Unfortunately, them bastard trees don't respect state boundaries.
It's terrible. Absolutely, yeah.
Oh.
And this is the home to the national monuments of Mount Rushmore and the Crazy Horse Memorial.
Which isn't finished yet.
And also, it can tell you about how Mount Rushmore used to be a sacred site for the local native people, and then the US government just decided to carve a bunch of faces on their sacred cliffs.
Yeah. Me thinks they have very strong opinions about that.
They do.
Just going to wind him up and ask him if he thinks it was done because they were trying to hide like the Templar's treasure there.
Obviously. This region has a complex history with several Native American tribes. So Cheyenne, Crow, Kiowa, Arapaho, and then Lakota, who white people often call Sioux. And they became dominant in the 18th century.
Oh, If he's a Lakota, Skinner is going to continue the subtle winding up by asking how it feels to be the villain in 50% of the movies made in the last 100 years.
Yes, because that is a completely not unsensitive question at all.
It isn't if you ask it the right way with a smile and a twinkle in your eye.
You're asking Kanak Taleh, who has no sense of humor and no chill, and he's just gonna growl at you.
I feel like
I think he treats it like
this is only encouraging Skinner to try to make him laugh even more.
I'm gonna just say, dude.
He's gonna be like, Kanak Taleh is gonna say something about Ragabash and their terrible sense of humor. But he is an honorable Gaillard, and he's not gonna punch Skitters or anything, because Skitters, being a Ragabash, has weird ways around him.
As Alrune, it's my duty to be annoyed whenever he says some bullshit, though.
This is fair.
It's the philosophics of the
Alrune
group.
must at all times be easily rage baited by their Ragabash.
What was that?
As a philodox of the group, I take repeated willpower damage.
I can tell. Yes.
The film Dances with Wolves came out the year before. There's got to be some jokes in that.
There has to be some jokes in that, right? Yeah. Oh my.
I don't think Skitters has seen it.
I do think that, for what it's worth, maybe it doesn't care that much about movies.
He doesn't seem like the type.
He really doesn't, does he?
Especially considering the fact that he's always in lupus form.
Yeah, he does that. Anyway, this cairn, you're gonna be greeted by the local elders, of course. Gretchen has called up ahead, because even Garou can use telephones, even out in Wyoming. The totem here is the Great Elk. And Weave Walker, being aware of things like the Umbra and umbral powers, I think, what would you call the Great Elk is not a powerful patron, really, as spirit patrons go.
Oh, it's not one of the. I know it's not in. Iconoclast? No. I know. It's not one of the great spirits.
It is not.
It's just it's above a Jagling. It's an Incarna. It's below.
Yeah.
You're saying it's below an Incarna, or?
No, it's one of the lesser Incarnal, definitely, at this point.
Yeah. No, because they've been hunted to extinction.
There might have been some hunting involved.
No.
Well,
At least partially by us.
probably.
Hey, we need to eat.
But you will also be introduced to Takakane, who is the elder who's going to meet you here. He will be very polite, look over the questing pack. Much like Mother Larissa, he is in his 70s. Unlike Mother Larissa, he is a Gale Stalker. Not surprising, perhaps.
So he aged better.
Maybe.
Healthy living.
I'm just gonna say thank you for welcoming us within your step. Very gracious of you.
The questing pack of the Valkenburg Foundation, our friends and allies.
Yeah. We would just like to introduce ourselves on the occasion that we will need to return using the offer of your bridge from the Sept of the Green to here.
Of course. When you call upon us, the Great Elk shall respond, and we shall help you, speed you on your journey for Gaia.
For Gaia. Thank you. Is there anything that you would like us to pass on to our Sept? Sept of the Green, as we are going to return there through normal means. Slower means, but still.
I wish the peace of Gaia upon the Sept of the Green. The Sept of the
Understood.
Green is in the heart of New York City, is it not?
It is.
Oh. He shudders a bit, like cannot be. You have
I try not to take offense.
you have taken the fight to the heart of the enemy. There is nobility and honor in that, and much glory.
The Weaver may not be an ally, but is not always seen as an enemy.
I was speaking of the worm.
I don't think New York's the heart of the worm.
But apparently he thinks
not
so.
Yeah,
There's
it's not a
Moscow,
great
St.
place.
Petersburg,
It's not exactly a
entire
worm
state of
stronghold.
Oklahoma. There are places.
Are there worse places? Are there worse cities where the worm can hide than New York City? Absolutely. Now, we must not regard this with 2025 eyes, because New York City of 2025 is so much safer, cleaner, nicer than it was in 1981. Even in
I'm more
1991,
thinking-
it was still better than it was in the mid-1970s.
Yeah, when it was dying.
When it was just absolutely done. This old fellow here might have his opinions of New York shaped by what happened 20 years ago.
Maybe he saw
earlier.
Midnight Cowboy, and he was
Yeah.
just going off that.
So
I feel like Cancer Alley in Louisiana would be the biggest stronghold of the worm.
you're probably not wrong.
Like the biggest strongholds of the worm are probably all either in the deep south or in Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe is
Or both.
definitely. Can you imagine a better gift from the worm than Chernobyl?
Yeah, like literally, there's actually like a Black Spiral Dancer pit in Chernobyl.
Just one?
Probably.
Like
They're throwing disco there every night.
Black Spiral
Yeah.
City is what
Yeah,
it is.
like I call it a pit. It's definitely a Black Spiral metropolis
yes.
of Black Spiral dancers and their kinfolk slaves.
So if you have the biggest membership, Garou membership in North America with Sept of the Green, then whatever the Chernobyl plant, whatever that Sept is called, probably has the biggest Black Spiral population on the planet.
Yeah. And they probably do. And if I were a Garou that isn't like worm tainted, I was in Europe, I would be putting a gun in my mouth because they have to deal with tougher vampires and like way more Black Spiral dancers.
That is likely, yes. It's not
Like
easy.
Europe
being-
is just hard mode for the Garou.
It depends on where you are in Europe, but yes.
You
Yeah,
say that,
depends.
but that's apparently
Like
where your tribe
Scandinavia, you're doing
originated
pretty
from.
good there.
Yeah. No, it's Eastern Europe, and even Eastern Europe, it's going to depend on where you are. That's,
Yeah.
Russia, definitely.
Yeah, if you're in
Back on
Russia, you're
topic.
cooked.
Back on topic.
Sorry.
You are, you are not going to travel on Moonbridge today because,
No.
Akakane
Winnebago.
is, you've told him you're going to take your Winnebago. But at least you've met the man. He has met you. He has introduced you to a ceremonial just sit down where you can meet him, get to know him a little bit. It's nothing terribly evocative.
Can
It's
I
not a big ritual.
Try
but
to ask
still,
him a
you
few
know,
questions. Can I try to ask him a few questions?
You certainly can.
I want to ask him, like, since this is beef country, is there any of his neighbors who, like, break the fertilizer laws and stuff like that and get away with it because they have the right connections and stuff?
I'm sure, yes, there's gonna be.
So is he going to name somebody who's close by?
Let's roll a die. Apparently not.
Damn it.
I don't think Skinner's has told anyone why he's so obsessed with finding out about the local farmers.
Nobody knows.
But he's just been asking about them in very sketchy details for 3 days.
Yep.
Like 4 at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
The most twisted episode of Yellowstone.
If I can't get him to talk, maybe are there other possible werewolves I could smooth for a name of a local miscreant?
Oh no, too bad. I guess we have to go back home to New York now. Get in the car now.
As she's going there, Miranda will also try to thank the Great Elk while she is here.
You will, of course, be
For-
given the gift of tobacco as well. And,
Great.
now you're gonna share a pipe, aren't you? It would be impolite not to.
Sure. I'm down if everyone else is.
Yeah, sure,
The
Bryce
strangest
is.
thing Miles has ever smoked.
Yeah, Skitters is probably not going to smoke. He's dealt with enough drugs in his life.
Miranda is fine to at least
Well,
partake in
Jake
it,
has to deal with your ass. He needs something to take the edge off.
just solely as a respect thing.
Yep.
But she's not gonna indulge.
I guess Skitters has enough subterfuge to fake smoking. To be
Yes,
polite.
yes,
How
he
you-
would have, definitely.
How do you fake smoking?
You
You
take it
just
into your
don't breathe
mouth,
it
but
in.
not into your lungs,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
like a cigar.
Okay.
And since
Fair
we're
enough.
here and we've seen where the moon bridge lands, if we could turn the Winnebago into a talisman and bring it to a moon bridge, would we be able to drive it out of here?
That's gonna be tricky, honestly, because of the hills around, but the cairn does have road access because, lo and behold, people out here are using cars nowadays. It's usually flatbed trucks with 4x4 driving, but yeah.
Where there's a well, there's a way.
Yeah, it's a little bit ironic, isn't it? I guess the best way for them to actually get up here would be by horse, because then they wouldn't use exhaust
We can get
fume
horses.
emitting cars.
We can get horses in New York.
you
There's
can.
some in Central Park even.
Yeah, as well at Valkenburg in the picture, there were horses there as well. Does that mean there's equine therapy at Valkenburg?
No.
What the hell?
Well,
Maybe
there
there
is.
is.
There is because there's a veterinarian. Honestly, yeah. There is because there's
I mean,
a
yeah.
veterinarian. But yeah, I think you would ride up here, and if you want to drive, there's going to be parking lots far away. But to keep the Sept of the Pure Heart pure for Gaia, we don't want a bunch of exhaust from combustion engines.
Like,
fouling
we're
up.
Garu. We can just, if we really need to, switch to either Lupus or Hispo
Yes.
and just walk.
And that is something that the Gale Stalkers can do too. Yeah. Anyhow, I guess we're back on the road again because that's what's going to happen, isn't it? After this little visit. It's taken the better part of half the day to do all these, so you won't be able to hit the road until early afternoon.
That's
I
fine.
guess we could have contacted New York as well and asked if there's anything that needs doing on our route back. If anything needs checking out so we can just get more use out of the journey.
Alright, isn't that a good question?
And we could have asked like Valkenburg and Pure Heart as well, if there's anything they need doing, not necessarily questing pack related, but if there's anything that needs to be looked into or dealt with on our route home.
Nothing comes to mind right now, no?
I can reach out, like I can call the Glasswalker because I would have their contacts.
Yeah.
Now, where is he? Joshua is that one. Cleon Winson, New York clan leader.
Yep.
That's the Glasswalker clan leader, if I'm not wrong.
Clan.
Yeah, he's the tribal leader.
Ah,
Indeed.
Yeah. In that case, I'll during the first leg of the road trip, Miranda will call him and see if there's anything that he needs looking into on the way.
Isn't that a good question?
Especially as Chicago is on the way.
Yeah, I need you to remove Chicago from the map. It's really a problem. It's an eyesore. This isn't even a Gaia thing. I just don't like Chicago.
That's fair. That's fair.
We go in, we
Can
kill
I
a
get a true
bunch
in
of
chat?
stupid vampires.
We return back to like Chicago, the next story arc, and we're just like, wait, where did all of our vampire characters go?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I could
got
have
fucking
sworn
eaten.
I've had one, but
Session, like we're like getting ready, and then fucking like a nuclear bomb summoned by Gaia comes down.
I open up the character
Oh.
sheet. It's just a pile of ash.
The nuclear bomb summoned by Gaia is just like a factor 8 earthquake and a tsunami.
And then hit it with a plague just to make sure.
The Great Lakes swim, and the Edmund Fitzgerald ends up stuck in the Sears Tower. The Edmund Fitzgerald's the
Less
famous
timelines.
I
cargo
don't know
ship.
that there is anything in particular that Cleon and the bunch wants to have delivered across the continent.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We're just making the offer.
You're just making the offer. Yeah. Well, I'll check back in 12 hours and we'll see. I'll ask around.
Fair enough. In that case,
I guess I can call my one of my touchstones. What was his name? The old hippie, Cy Malone, and just see if, since he's been on the road many times across America, just see if he knows any good places we should stop off on the way back.
In terms of hippie stuff, Woodstock?
That's in New York, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's on the way because
Well-
traveling.
We could start if there's any good hippie places we could check out, unless we want to do the nightmare drive in reverse, driving in shifts again.
Well,
Oh, we're
that's
on the
always-
road.
Take our time now. We can have a bit of fun with this.
That is always the best way of doing things. Nightmare stuff.
Like we can actually rest and it not be a complete nightmare.
What?
we could also use this opportunity to see if there is any spirits that may be
Yes.
interested in connecting with the Winnebago.
Yeah.
All right.
And-
Now we're
Oh,
talking.
Yeah, maybe
because
we
we want
stop
a
by a
spirit-
gas station and check out some weaver spirits there or something.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm thinking more like we'd want a spirit of travel,
Yes.
which you'd probably find on the road.
Yes. I'm with you 100%.
We're just going to be like driving along, and one of us will be holding the weapon that
The
lets
soap.
you see into the spirit world.
Yes.
To be clear, those tools that we were given, I don't think we got a word on how they function in the current setting, but from what you've said, they give you the ability to use that gift. They don't give that gift for free, specifically.
That's correct. You don't. It's not a free gift on you. As long as you're holding the thing, you can do the thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you still have to pay whatever cost is associated with that gift
Oh
to
yeah.
use.
What?
Yeah, so you still need to spend willpower to see into the Umbra. It's what I'm
Oh, yeah, yeah.
double checking.
So we're talking here. Talismans. That is what we're trying to do, right? So the more exquisite
right.
a talisman's design, the more willing a spirit is to enter it. Which means that we're gonna need to do a repaint job on the Winnebago to make it
Okay, we can do
really
that.
spiritual.
Yeah.
We can
We
get
also
some
need,
paint at the nearest town.
We do need a specific rite for binding a spirit to an object. I think.
Can you learn that? Can our church learn that?
Honestly,
I
what I feel
can.
like would be most
To bond
Possibly.
the spirit, you need to do a rite of binding.
Somebody could learn summoning, and someone else could learn binding, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
I already know summoning.
Oh, you already
But-
know summoning. Okay, so
Actually,
So
let
you just
me-
need binding.
If we
I'm
do
saving
this,
up for
if we
stamina.
actually
I
turn
am
on the spirit to and turn it into a talisman, can it be self-driving as well?
maybe if we get the right spirit.
I think the better question is, do you trust the spirit to obey road rules? It may be very willing to move the vehicle, it just may not be willing to stop at red lights.
Oh, I could maybe learn the rite of binding because it's glory-based.
So
That would be great. Like, I've got the rite of spirit summoning, but specifically, I'm trying to do this in a way that the spirit checks it out first, because spirit summoning is you pull a spirit to you. I want to see if any spirits are interested in this conceptually first, because that would be a lot easier to convince.
Or would it be considered a veil breach if, as part of making this thing attractive to the spirits, we stop it at a custom paint garage and get somebody to an airbrush a wolf howling at the moon on the side of
No,
it?
that would be just
No.
bad art.
yeah.
Actually, it would actually
No, it
blow
wouldn't. That would be peak. That would be based as hell. We should do that.
Say it like this.
blow out-
So regular people are not gonna recognize the special symbology and whatnot that you will use to make this, or it might not even be symbology. It might just be a spirit. Since you want to bind a spirit to a Winnebago specifically, that's gonna be a machine spirit, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I mentioned the gas station. Weaver spirits.
Exactly. So Weaver spirits. I think the best place to go to find such a spirit and bind it is gonna be
Either a gas station or a city.
no, yeah, a
Question,
city,
though,
not a gas station. I was going for like a place where car enthusiasts gather, where people who have spent their entire life making they love their car. They've given their car a name. They have paid so much attention to it. Every day they stand there and they polish up the car. They do big meetups with their cars. Like it could be hot rods, it could be low riders, it could be any type of other specialist garages that they have in every big city.
Kind of guys who you suspect might actually want to have sex with their car.
Yes.
No,
Because they're
that's-
imbuing
that's-
so much of their passion into these vehicles that they will take on like an umbral form eventually. The cab driver who has driven that cab for 50 years and has changed every little piece of it, but it still has that spirit. Umbral cars is not an unknown thing. You want to you basically want to
we've
awaken
seen
the
those
spirit of the Winnebago and make it able to do things for you.
Yeah, how about we awaken it's like the spirit of the car itself? Winnebago itself.
Because it doesn't have one.
Doesn't
If we
everything
think
like,
really hard,
supposedly have
eventually it
to do it?
will. You're supposed to be
All
the
these
fear.
mage cosmology. You can waken a spirit in pretty much anything.
A mage could, yeah, but we're
Oh,
not
yeah.
mages.
You're not mages. Will there ever be
A mage
V5
can do
for
whatever
mage?
the fuck they want.
Will there ever be a 5th edition for
Or
mage?
speaker,
I still
love
don't
your
know.
car harder.
Yeah, I think if we find an umbral spirit of a car, we can bind it to we can convince it to possess the Winnebago. I don't know if, as young werewolves, we can like awaken a spirit of a Winnebago. That seems like you've been around a long time thing to do.
There is the rite of the living cairn.
Yeah.
Technically, it works.
It's a very, it's a
it.
very tiny can.
A very tiny cairn, but I cared under those.
Hey, you know those traits that cans have? The ability to move the place, wheels, chugs gas. All cans have those traits, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
That doesn't sound like the. Anyway. So,
Listen, I'm just crafting stuff up. I'm
Revitalizing
thinking out of the
a
box.
cairn, vitalizing a
Tiny
cairn,
mind-
renewing their bond to it and strengthening its connection to the Umbra. Without regular performance, the cairns wither and fade or start to skew out of balance. Yeah, so that doesn't mean that you create a new cairn. You vitalize a cairn that already exists. And I'm afraid your Winnebago is not, in fact, a cairn.
Ah,
Yeah.
One problem with
worry
the airbrushing a good scene on the side of it is I do have the Winnebago is our safe house, and I've got but 2 merits for obscure and secure. And I don't think it'll carry obscure any longer if we've got a giant mural on the side of it.
No one said anything about a giant
Hey, maybe
mural.
we could pinball ride from the inside, make the interior all fancy and like spiritual and shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
The outside looks like a normal Winnebago.
yeah,
The,
but a
um,
nice normal Winnebago. Like we can definitely not pimp it, but restore its outside to looking like new.
It depends
Yeah.
entirely on what you want the talisman to be and to do. What the spirit would be attracted to, because you are attracting one spirit, not 50 spirits. That's like a... So, is this an engine spirit? Is it, I don't know, a wheels? Like the rubber spirits of the wheels? Is it the interior decor that it's interested in? Maybe it's the wood paneling spirits that are awakened up. Or is it the bedding situation in the back? Is it the spirits of the machinery that Stormspeaker uses to broadcast his radio? In which case, it's not really the Winnebago at all. It's just the radio in it. There will be
could
one
also
spirit.
be-
It's going to be wakened up, and you'll want to do something to make the place attractive for it, so it wants to stay there. Think of the spirit in this case as a pet. You want the pet to feel at home and feel like you have done your best to make it comfortable. What would this spirit enjoy? If it's an engine spirit, you don't have to paint things on the outside of the Winnebago, but the engine has to be like custom out of this world.
By the
Probably
way,
custom
the argument
resources.
we had earlier totally happened in character.
Yes. Obviously.
Miranda, sorry.
Yeah, Miranda.
Track of who said who. Miranda is the church, right? So, could Miranda roll a cult or something to figure out what the best type of spirit we would need for what we need? Like, we want this to be a talisman so we can travel through the moon bridge. So that's basically it. So what do we need? What type of spirit would be best for that?
I feel like an engine would be good.
Miranda, what Weavewalker is saying at the moment is that the spirit, the type of spirit, is less important than how willing it is.
Okay, great.
Why don't we
Like, the more willing it is to do this sort of thing, the better it is. We don't want a powerful spirit that's unwilling, and in the same way, we don't want a weak spirit that's unwilling, because once we're in the Umbra, like, the spirits agree to contracts like this sort of thing because they want to. I don't have the power to force them to uphold their end. So I want something
True
that's
Strike
doing
raises
this
his hand.
willingly.
Okay. If we were to try to get, like, an engine spirit, say, so we could, like, Miles, would you be okay with us, like, replacing your engine with a special engine that's got all the bells and whistles?
That's one way to see
heavy-
if we want it for Moonbridge. Either the engine would be a good choice that would like produce a special kind of power that would propel it that way, or the other alternative, maybe the wheels to create traction in the other world so it can move through there. So I think those would be the best two.
Okay, we'll. So would you, since you own this Winnebago, so would you be okay with us like replacing the engine with a custom one and maybe the tires with a custom ones as well, so as to attract, make it more habitable for the spirit? Would you be okay with that?
You can do that.
Okay,
Question
great.
is, how are we gonna get that though?
Okay, if we need to go to a
Yeah.
place that's good for cars, I guess we can. Like we're here in Wyoming. Would we pass through like Indianapolis on the way back, or Detroit?
The issue here isn't like finding the parts. We could definitely do that. The issue is affording them.
The issue isn't affording them.
You got money there, Mister?
Wait,
The group is homeless.
Okay, the issue isn't affording them
Oh
because
no, half the group is homeless. It's
people,
2 out
the
of 5.
people unknown to them will be giving them to us.
I would love to see you somehow steal an engine block. I would love to watch that happen.
It can,
Werewolf
and will.
theoretically could do
you
it. Not
don't
that I'm
see-
saying I would help you. I'm not.
All you need
I'm
to do
not
to steal
kidding.
an engine block is to steal a
Oh my
car,
goodness.
and that's easy.
Stealing an engine
Okay,
is definitely
I'm
possible.
calling it. I'm calling it. Pack leader, we're gonna go to a car show and we're gonna see what we find.
Okay.
Okay, do you at least know what type of engine to look for?
Oh,
Speaker, it's your Winnebago. Do you know?
you Star Speaker will be in charge of deciding what engine we need.
I guess you
the
probably
engine
know.
is incidental. It may have no effect on
It
anything.
may have no effect. No, the engine is not incidental. I'm looking through, and Miranda will know this as well, of course.
Yeah.
To the kind of spirit that you would want to attract, I think I need to go into Moonlit Path here. I haven't had a chance to read it properly even. It has to be something, because if you want the effect here to be drive a Winnebago through a moon bridge, that's 5 dots of Talisman right there. And the spirit in question should be a loon of some kind, because those are the spirits of the moon, right? And a moon bridge is associated with the moon. So you would have to attract a moon spirit to your car, your Winnebago, which is not normally the best fit for a Gaian spirit. Like you're looking here at, what is essentially an animal spirit almost, like a loon spirit, which is, So it's definitely a wild spirit, right? It's not a weaver spirit. So you will have to do something to the Winnebago to attract moonlight and something that is usually associated more with the wild than the weaver.
Okay, so not an engine? Oh, I'm confused.
The
now.
engine is probably not the place where the loon would go. This is amazing, I want to be here. I'm
Okay,
guessing the sleeping quarters would be the place where the loon would want to be, and I think you would need to do some kind of creative work there.
You're the artsy liberal type. What do we do?
I guess since you want this thing to go past like a moon bridge, I don't know if the engine is gonna be the thing.
How
Are
are
there
you
like
gonna-
spirits that could? I don't know. Maybe this is too vague with the concept of adventure or travel, or
I think Mikhail said specifically we need a loon, so we need to and they're into creativity and stuff, so we need to
this is in character, by the way.
Okay, sorry.
So basically, what we need to do is we need to grab some paint and make some crazy ass stuff in the cabin here. Something that would attract a loon spirit.
Maybe we could stop by like not like a tourist destination per se, but like a. I
Area
guess technically
associated
it
with
would
like
be a tourist destination, but like a place like those of adventurous spirits, you make air quotations there, would go to.
You could also go to an observatory.
Oh yes.
maybe an option is we make some alteration to whatever skylight the Winnebago has to make it draw in moonlight, possibly.
Yes, yes.
Much as this might be too technological for a wild spirit, but we could get one of those night lights that projects stars onto the ceiling.
I mean,
No, let's not rule it out. Let's not rule it out.
Yeah, let's not rule it out. It's a potential. Okay, it's a last-ditch effort.
Oh. Listen,
Shit. Miranda, do you have a notebook or anything? You should write this down.
Miles, would you be mad if I were to put, like, glow-in-the-dark stickers on the inside of the Winnebago? Just an idea.
Just fuck up your shit a bit so that we can get Luna spirits here. Spirits?
Well, bear in mind, there's so much, like, electronic equipment already inside it. There's, like, loads of glowing lights already, so...
There are LEDs and also, yeah. Look at
I guess
that. You can make it maybe to the 75th Indianapolis 500, which runs on May 26th of this year. That's tomorrow. You just need to get to Indianapolis in time.
Would there be balloons at Indianapolis?
No, if you want car enthusiasts, that's... Yeah.
Oh.
No, we're
Loons
committed
are
to an
everywhere
idea
there's
now.
moonlight.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess what you really want to do is anywhere there's moonlight, an unobstructed view of the moon.
Maybe we... Alright then, here's a bunch of glowing lights from the electronics in the Winnebago. Maybe we could get a loon spirit attracted to those lights and the electronics in a way or something.
Same way you trick an insect with a bug zapper.
Exactly! Miranda?
Balloon spirits, I think they are attracted to creativity, so
Maybe we could arrange the lights in a creative way then.
yeah, and we
I
can
could,
maybe...
like, I am good with the airbrush if you actually want to get it painted,
why
by the
don't we,
way.
like, stop it?
Yeah,
Like-
we can decorate like the inside so it looks like the sky. Like we could decorate the roof of the Winnebago where the beds are, so it looks
Yeah,
like
like
the night
big
sky
dark-
with the constellations on it and stuff.
Shit, we should stop at like a store and grab some paint. Fuck it.
Yeah, I have maybe one can. I don't think that's gonna be enough.
Yeah, we can get some.
Sure, let's do it. Hell yeah.
And you can also
I always wanted to
paint...
do. I always wanted to do a mural on a car. Hell yeah!
Hey, at this time, the car's like your own.
Like here. Alright then. I feel like then maybe since this is like a creative project, we all do it together and we all contribute 1 point or 5 points total. Huh? I feel like that would work from both a plot thing and also.
It just
That'd
depends
be
on
like-
how much XP each.
Yeah, does everybody have
Point
3
cost.
XP to spend? Because if somebody's short, that's a good idea in theory. But if somebody's short to 3 XP, we don't want to be.
I got free.
I have.
How
Yeah.
about we say everyone who doesn't like have 3 XPs, we just say that in game they just didn't participate in the creativity. Just like maybe if I say Roger, if Miles, for example, doesn't spend the XP, then we'll just say that maybe Miles was busy driving or something.
Are we spending XP to turn the?
I think we actually have to do it first. Let's not. Yeah.
So since the Winnebago will count as a talisman, so you will get a talisman out of it, which means that you need to do the rite of binding will actually be successful if you can convince the spirit that this is a cool idea.
Would it count as a talisman or would it count as a host?
I think it would count as a talisman because it's going to be able to drive as a...
I guess so. Yeah.
As a
This is
host, that's a good... In a sense, it's a good question because as a host, you can just... So it doesn't give you any powers when it's a host.
No,
No,
a
the
host is.
spirit's- It's just a physical body.
Yeah, if you have a spirit pact
Okay.
with a spirit, then let's go in here. Spirit pact, yada, host.
We-
The
we
spirit
also
has a
don't
persistent
need it-
host body. This ability interact with you and anyone else in the physical world.
it doesn't necessarily need to be possessed the entire time like a talisman would. We just need to be willing to assist us when we're using moon bridges.
Yes, but
So
when
if
you-
a
oh, okay, I
very
get it.
skilled, very convincing Winnebago owner was managed to convince a spirit to assist him in that specific task when it happens, it could just be the very similar to Optinode sort of thing,
yeah.
where it's just a host that possesses the car in this case, or the Winnebago.
Yes. So at this point, we're not talking about a talisman anymore, but
It's a lot simpler.
Spirit pact with a host trait to it.
So that's at least 2 dots. But you'd probably want 3 dots, just
You'd still
so...
want. What do you want the spirit? Because the only thing the spirit pact does is you can talk to a spirit. You have a friendly spirit. It helps you in some lesser ways. It will give you bonuses on certain skill checks. That's all it does. So a spirit pact will not allow your Winnebago to travel through a moon bridge.
So
A
we're
spirit
back
pact-
to the talisman shit.
We're back
Hell
to the
yeah, baby.
because it doesn't change the properties of the Winnebago.
But just to be clear, the bonuses it gives to the person is incidental to what the spirit itself can do if it chooses to.
Yes.
So the
And-
spirit could choose to empower the Winnebago for that travel.
Yes.
It chooses to. It's only limited by giving bonus pools for skill checks. That's the limit of that binding.
Yeah. The difference between a spirit pact with a host would be maybe the spirit lives in the Winnebago on the physical plane, so you can talk to it all the time. But when you enter the Umbra, and it's around anyway, it has a host body, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna possess that body all the time. It can leave that body, so it can tag along with you and give you umbral guidance, +3 when you're traveling around in the Umbra. That's umbral guidance from a loon spirit who is showing you the way in the Umbra. And that could be a spirit pact, and that could be with the Winnebago as a host. But that doesn't allow the Winnebago to travel through a moon bridge. It means you're now pacted with a spirit who knows how to guide you through the Umbra.
Got it. So, yep, talisman time.
Yeah.
So wait, if we do with these possibilities, as well as being able to drive the Winnebago through the moon bridges, could we drive around in the Umbra as well? And just go wherever we wanted in the Umbra?
A moon bridge is just a portal to the Umbra.
It's a portal through the Umbra, really. But
Yeah.
you don't really leave the moon bridge when you're on it. It's like it just goes to one particular place.
Because that would be, if we could drive around the Winnebago in the Umbra, not just like point to point on the moon bridge, but for like local travel wherever we are. That gives us a couple of really significant advantages. The main one of
Oh
being
my god.
we're inside a mobile box in one of the most dangerous environments imaginable. So the sun
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
This is
all the dangerous
shit
crap.
ever.
You say that, but you don't know what's on the other side, if it's marshland or like a flat road.
Still, this is great. I love this idea.
I think
feel
we're gonna
like
the,
need to choose the function here, because that seems two very different functions. And doing
This seems
both
like you're
is-
trying to reverse engineer the Exploronauts from the Mage Ascension.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm
Those,
not
like,
saying
vehicles
you
you can use as a
can't
maid
do
to,
that,
like,
but you'll
the
have to
Umbra.
choose. Is it going to go through moon bridges, or is it gonna go with you into the Umbra? Those are two different functions.
Let's
Both are talisman
a
level
coin.
5.
Let's flip a coin.
No, I think our original plan was we needed it so we could travel through the moon bridge. So let's focus on that goal. And maybe
whatever,
in the future
man.
we can get it, we can give it the next ability to travel in the Umbra as well.
Alright. Oi.
Yeah, because I was about to say Winnebago is not an off-road vehicle. I think.
It's true too. They're barely on-road vehicles.
Should we take a short break here after the long conversation about turning the Winnebago into a talisman? We'll be back in 5.
Okay.
We're all back, and we're still talking about permutations of things that people here will invest with, get Fenris powers and whatnot. Shall I speed things ahead and just advance the clock until you get back to New York City? How about that? Seems to me like...
Wait, before we get back to New York...
Ah! So close.
You were so close.
What do you want to do, Skitters?
I
You
want
guys
to
are
learn
getting
about the
back to New York.
cows. Remember?
I want to steal from somebody. I'm
Comic
going all the
relief.
way to Wyoming. I'm not coming back without robbing somebody blind.
You have dexterity and larceny 8. I'm going to give it to you by taking half. The only question here is, will the rest of the pack accept the 3-hour delay it will take you to scout a target, get in and out really fast, and do the
Can I
thing?
just give you $100?
I
I will give you $100. It will be in one note. It will be crisp and clean, and we can move on.
And
Okay,
I'll
need a...
lockbox and just,
It's just to establish my alibi.
So you can lockpick
Your
it.
alibi is lying. Money could come from anywhere.
Okay,
You're
as a
acting
personal
like you're.
favor to you, so we're not delayed for another 3 hours, I will take the $100.
We need to hog tie you.
No,
Oh, but the whole point of
Stay in the tone of someone who needs to be hog tied.
Oh, goodness. We are
Okay.
advancing a day, and...
we advance the day. I lose $100. That's fine.
Yeah.
I am now a lot richer than I was at the start of this adventure, but that's fine.
My fucking god.
So, we're gonna be back in New York City early Thursday morning, is what I'm saying.
Great.
Just imagine the discussion about turning the van into a talisman was just getting more and more surreal as the exhaustion of 26 hours of continuous driving took up.
It wasn't helping.
No, not much. And you are now far away from the serenity of Wyoming and right back into the city that everybody in Wyoming thinks is hell on earth because of the heavy worm presence there. I don't necessarily know that you agree with that assessment, certainly not as glasswalkers, but you are going to time it nicely with your drive here so that you come into New York before rush hour traffic starts at 5 a.m., before even the sun has come out quite yet. But it is late May, and you're back! Yay! What are we doing from here? Are we going home to our respective places? What's the plan? Everybody probably very squinty-eyed from a long journey.
If we just quickly reconnect with our touchstones, and then we figure out, Skitters, I will need your help breaking into a place, the psychiatric facility that we were targeting before we left.
Yeah, maybe
Okay,
just
good.
don't complain when we leave you there.
I will track this back to the goal, kicking and screaming if I have to.
no, yeah, we'll go to our touchstones and then we'll meet for the heist at the psychiatric facility.
If you want to call it a heist, sure.
I'm going to call it, I was going to say caper, but I felt like heist, and now I regret it. Let's go back to caper.
We're talking about the important stuff here. Is it a heist or is it a caper?
Do we want our Winnebago to go through the Umbra?
After spending almost 60 hours in a Winnebago with the rest of the pack over the past week, I don't know how much cabin fever there is in the Winnebago. Like,
Honestly, at this point, we definitely get an extra rage point. I'm definitely putting that.
just, I want to get out of here now.
Considering we're
A few moments
holding...
where Jake almost punched the shit out of Skitters, but he didn't, but he got close.
Considering we're
Hello.
this whole time holding Skitters by the scruff, trying to prevent him from committing mass robbery. Maybe a little bit of cabin fever, yes.
I'm
just a
perfectly
bit.
fine with giving everybody a point of rage for cabin fever if you want it.
I do not want more rage. I've been trying to shed rage
I'm
for
good
these.
for now. I'm good.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
This makes sense.
it does make sense. You've been away for a week here, Themis. How are your touchstones doing?
How are they doing this? Good question.
Sorry, that was unrelated to the game.
Yes,
Amanda and Marcus.
she is going to catch up with them after just coming back home for a moment first, just so her parents doesn't worry.
Yeah, you can get home. By the time you're actually in your own home, it's probably 6 a.m. After you've taken a nap, it's going to be noon. So it's going to be afternoon.
I think Bryce will check in with Marcus first and foremost.
Right. Marcus! Yeah, he's around. Is he? I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. What is today's date? It's Thursday the 27th. And mid-afternoon, so I'm guessing he's either in the headquarters, which we said in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, sure.
Or he is out pamphleteering or at an event. Why don't you roll a d10, and if you roll a success, he's there.
Sure thing.
He's not there.
I guess Bryce will just leave a note at the headquarters to call her home phone if he gets back.
Yeah. He gets a... You can send a message on his beeper. It's 1991. Everybody has a beeper.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Guess Bryce will then just be like, "Hey, back in the city."
Well, that's not how you leave a message, though. You push a bunch of numbers so they know what phone to call.
I guess that's the Jen's way of saying I do just that.
Exactly. So, Jake, who are you going to meet up with?
Yeah. My good friend here.
Your good friend Lester, yeah. For you two, roll a d10 to locate him. His usual haunts, so you'll probably... There's a decent chance you'll meet up with him.
That sounds like a yes.
That sounds like a yes. He's gonna be... Okay, we have a grid here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time he is... he is in Brooklyn. Somewhere. Jake will find him in one of his... There's a park probably in Brooklyn. Maybe a cemetery where he's hanging out, where he's not supposed to be hanging out, but he's doing it anyway. Because he has found this little nook in the cemetery that has an excellent obscurement from view from the outside. So there's some trees there, and there's a crypt there, and between the crypt and the trees, people don't usually see him. So there he is. Hanging out like this, you could actually lower your rage by 1 point by just having a chat with Lester if you want.
Sure.
What are you going to talk to Lester about? He's, "Hey, Jake, you still alive and kicking. How are you doing?"
Good. I was out of the city for a week.
Wait,
Sorry,
you left the city? I hear it's scary. There's like more trees and stuff out there.
This.
Oh, what the hell's going on outside the city that you can't get in the city?
Oh, it's a long story.
It's not like I gotta get to work or nothing.
was just some family thing.
Oh, you have family?
Yeah, both of them
Oh,
are assholes.
family's good. Family's good. I had a family once. It was a long time ago.
Huh. Anyway, since I've been gone, anything happened?
Same old. I keep my nose out of trouble. Yeah. As much as I can. But the man is there. Nightsticks and revolvers. You want to keep away from the revolvers, man.
Yeah. Pretty nice spot you have.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm here. I don't. You told about the family. I have family too. I have family too, in a way. I have a brother. Yeah. He's getting out soon.
Oh, what'd he do? Or what'd he get in for?
The usual, dealing some drugs, whacked a guy, that sort of thing.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's how it is. But he's getting out, and maybe he can get his feet back under him. And I
Yeah.
don't know about that though. I haven't spoken to him in, 5 years now? What year is it?
It's a 1991.
It's 1991? Jesus Christ, when did the 80s end? I don't keep track of this shit anymore.
I feel ya. Hard to keep track of things sometimes. Shit going on here.
Yeah, it's the big city. That's what it is. It's like a churning place of people doing shit all the time. Sometimes I think it's better to not have a home or a job or nothing like that. Just be living in the streets. It's a hard knock life, no doubt about it, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy, but at least I don't have to
would.
pay no bills and watch no TV. It pollutes you. It pollutes your mind, the TV does. It sends
It
signals
does.
into
It
your
does.
head, and they want to control you from space and shit.
Yeah, something like that. Probably.
Yeah, sound like that. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Jake, do you want to lose a rage point after hanging out with Lester?
Sure. Yeah, but I guess to summarize the conversation, it's mostly just bullshitting.
Yes, there's a lot of it. Miles, where are we going for your little downtime here?
I was gonna go to Cy Malone and just tell the story of his first road trip and just share stories about stuff that Cy has seen while driving across America.
That's pretty cool. All right, we're not getting the Winnebago serviced after how many miles you added? A couple of thousand?
Oh yeah, after he's done this, Miles is going to do a load of work on the Winnebago himself. Partly because it needs it, and partly as well, if we are getting a spirit to inhabit it, it needs to be in absolutely primo condition.
Absolutely.
But it's going to see Cy first.
Yeah, Cy is, as always, hanging out in Greenwich Village, one of the small parks there, because there are ones. They're like the size of a little strip of grass and a few bushes and maybe 2 trees where there is an intersection. That's the extent of the park. But it's a small intersection between the 6 or 7 or 10-story buildings where there's a whole bunch of very bohemian establishments. Like, you can feel the smell of all sorts of interesting smokes in the air, legal or otherwise. And there's also going to be like an antique store and a bookstore it has a 70s font because they're still doing crystal things in that bookstore. It's your tarot reader place. They have tarot readings in there. And crystal therapy, if you need some crystal therapy. Yeah, Sly is sitting there on the one of the, I guess by one of the cafes. He has his coffee cup, or maybe something stronger. And there is plenty of smoke coming out of his mouth because he has a pack right there. I don't know if he is bold enough to smoke a blunt one right at the cafe, because that's not strictly speaking legal in New York City. On the other hand, enforcement in Greenwich Village in 1991 is not terribly intense. That comes later.
And nobody gives a shit about anything.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, hey, my man, Miles, how are you doing? Come sit down here. Hey, how is smoke? And he's just handing it over to you.
And then Miles will take it and say, actually, how far have we driven this to Wyoming and back? How many miles would that be?
That is a lot of miles from New York City to Wyoming. Black Hills. Here we go. That is... It's working on it. It is about 2,000 miles, 1,700 miles. So you have added about 3,500 miles into your vehicle.
So Miles will say, how many miles have you done on road trips over the years? I've just gone to 3,000 for the first time.
3,000, man? That's not bad. In how many days? Months? Weeks? What are we talking about?
We did it in a week.
You did it in a week? Now that's what I'm talking about. That's living, my man. That's living. When I was your age, we did at least every summer. We just drove up and down the coast, crisscrossing every state, chasing whatever was going on. There were happenings all over the place. Woodstock you heard about, but there were so many other places too. And I have to tell you, LA was bitching, man, just bitching. There was San Francisco. Oh my, so far out, man, so far out.
I had my first breakdown in the middle of nowhere and had to fix it myself next to the
He's
road
gonna-
and the drive.
He's gonna cough a little bit as he's inhaling, and laughing at the same time, and go, yeah, I know that feeling. Oh man, these hands have gotten some grease for the cause, man. These hands. And not that it was ever really my thing, but when you're traveling in a commune, you always have someone who knows the right end of a hammer and a wrench. Me, I was really just there for the ladies. And some ladies, they were too. Summers of love, man. Summers of love.
And things on the road. When you've been driving for long enough, you drive past all those factory farms and you just start seeing like the plant spirits, like soldiers all lined up and ready to march.
Whoa, so what did you do on the trip, man? Did you do a peyote, mescaline? What did you do, man? Ayahuasca? That shit is awesome. You get a wider view of the world with that shit, man. You understand your place in the freaking universe, man. It's good stuff.
I didn't need to this time. Just breathing in the air on the open road, smelling America.
Smelling America, I don't know. That's the worst bullshit I've ever heard, my man, because America is fucking rotten to the core, my man. But ayahuasca, I'm not shaming. That's you do your mushroom and I'll do mine. It's fine. Or maybe you just drop some acid. That's fine too, man. Anything to expand your mind, man.
And maybe next time.
Is Stormspeaker gonna lose a point of rage after having a chat here with Sai?
Yeah, will do.
How about Miranda? Where is she going?
Miranda is probably just going to meet up with her brother Spencer
Yeah.
and just take him out for lunch on his lunch break. Just because he's a mechanic, but
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to be near a vehicle right now.
But you want to be
So
near a
she-
mechanic, apparently.
I want to be near my brother.
That's fair.
She's just gonna talk about the road trip, how one of her friends had to come back from a retreat, but they're all back now, and how it was infuriating to spend so much time that close to people and not being able to, like, leave properly. Like, she's just venting, basically, just try to catch up, see how his life's going, but also just shit talk people.
Yeah, he's listening, and every once in a while there'll be a giggle about. Certainly, I think he's gonna zero in on that time when the Winnebago broke down, and he's gonna ask details about how it was fixed, and probably be going, "Did you check the this and the that?" And
I don't
things
think
that-
you're aware.
What-
He's like, I was just like, yeah, no, it's all good. That was on the way there. We got there and back. We're fine.
I'm just checking next time.
I would have suggested sending them over to you, but also it's a Winnebago, and this is, no offense, a tiny store. This is a tiny garage. I don't think you could fit a proper Winnebago in here.
We can do the work outside in the summer. It's fine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure everyone would love you panel beating outside in the street.
Just a little bit. I can talk to them. I don't know. Okay, maybe not.
Hey, you're doing good. I just don't think a Winnebago is where it will fit in here just yet. Hey, give it a few years. You'll be doing tour buses.
That would be pretty cool. Tour buses are excellent business because they break down all the time. Like all the mileage from those things. But really better would be trucks. Cross-country trucks.
You're not gonna find that in your.
No,
Look,
you need to. Yeah, no, that's
you're
for.
you're
like,
deep. We're deep in Brooklyn, like right now. You're not
No,
gonna
I
find.
know, but I just have to. When I've done enough here, maybe I can get a referral to be like a truck company mechanic or something, and they'll take me on. That would be great.
Do you want me to put some feelers out? I could try and find you some stuff.
Sure. Business isn't the best right now.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Maybe
Looking out for you.
Maybe you can even get benefits from a truck company, but I don't know.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, let's not. So who are these friends of yours that you travel the world with?
Traveled the world is pushing it pretty far. They're just some. I made some new friends, and
You just
we're trying to we're trying to help the environment. Don't you fucking start. I can make friends.
try to help them. Okay. It like deadpan look. So-
Yeah, I know. It's just like, yeah, that hippie shit. I'm trying to do my best. Look, we've all got to do our bit. You're helping in a way. You're helping in a way. You're making sure all of these junkers don't end up in landfills. You're breathing new life into them. It's doing. Everyone's got their part to play.
That's
I'm just trying to find mine.
that's environmentalism and shit. Never thought about
Hey,
it that way.
recycling, repair, reuse, recycle.
Huh. Never
Ju-
thought about
You're just
that
doing it
way.
with cars.
I suppose I am. Haha, I'm doing my bit. Yeah. He's just gonna be like
Yeah.
giving you a light tease because he's obviously not terribly into that sort of thing, but
Yeah, obviously. And it's, oh yeah, if you really wanted to help, you could start taking the train.
deadpan look again. Yeah,
Nah,
my
I'm just-
dream
I'm
of
just kidding,
environmental activism is sitting there next to a puddle of piss on the F train. That's exactly what I want to do.
I'd have said it look nice. But it's fine.
I
Hey,
guess that's also
thanks.
recycling.
She like covers the tab for lunch and it's just okay. I'll see you later. And remember, if you little steps can go a long way in terms of the environment. And
Sure.
I get it, not wanting to be anywhere near the F train.
Is Miranda gonna lose a point of rage?
I hope so.
Yes, she will. Skitters, you have a girlfriend to convince, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, this better be a good excuse. You built
Yeah.
up enough alibis for the police.
Here we go. Goatee!
The funny thing about this is Skitters is so deep in the criminal world that he needs to invent a crime to have committed to cover up the fact that he actually obeyed the law the whole time.
Yeah, it's wild.
Sad
He,
but true.
he needs. Like,
Help.
he's not used to lying to his girlfriend, so he needs to, like, tell her excuses and stuff so that they can still have conversations about life and stuff.
Yep. So when you're back here with Goatee in your nice little hideout, what are we like? You've been gone for a week, man. What about the haul? Did you get anything?
Do you know, everything went to shit. The rest, I was so close to getting the score, and the other guys, their nerve broke,
Are you kidding me?
and we had. I wish I was. And the only thing I got was this Franklin here. Get yourself something nice.
She's just
Oh
looking
my
at it.
God.
What? That's your haul? You've been
Yeah,
for
I
a
know.
week?
I'm so annoyed. Like, I went all the way out there, and we were 3 days preparing, and then I was 3 hours away from getting the haul, and the guy's nerve broke, and I just couldn't. It wasn't a one-man job, so I couldn't do it. They wouldn't even wait around while I scoped out alternative routes or something. They were like, "No, this place is too hot." So the whole week was balls from start to finish. I probably smell like yesterday's dinner.
You smell, I don't know, trees.
Yeah, can you believe it? Wyoming, I think I developed, what's the thing you get in the spring where there's a pollen allergy? Hay fever. Yeah. I think I got hay fever like the whole time I was there. And like seeing so much things with no buildings, I think I developed agoraphobia as well.
That. Okay. Okay. Come here and have a cuddle, sweetie. Poor little boy had to go outside the city and sleep in bushes and... Were there
Fun.
animals out there too? Like big
Oh,
animals?
I saw this wolf and it was so big. It looked
Fucking
like
wolf?
it had survived the
pretty-
Ice Age.
That's pretty intense, man.
Yeah. But I was thinking of you the whole time and missing you the whole time.
I have a feeling there's going to be some cuddles in the very improvised and homemade couch between
Okay,
Skitters
yeah.
and Goatee. And Skitters might in fact lose a rage point at that kind
Yeah,
of
okay.
homecoming. And my friends, I think this might be an excellent place for us to stop this session with these intrepid werewolves. I did not expect it to take quite that long to get back to New York, but I'm also glad that it did because we got a lot of interesting moments. And werewolves need a moment when everything is not out to kill them. And the questing pack, Walkers, has bonded even more after almost 60 hours in a Winnebago. I think that's going to be the title of the episode, 60 Hours in a Winnebago.
That's pretty good, yeah.
That seems like the thing. Should we raid someone? I think we should, right? Because it's fun.
It's raiding time.
Yes! Infinite Monkey Tails is out there. Infinite Monkey Tails. They're doing Zweihander, which is a cool game, which is very much like a Warhammer Fantasy RP, but not Warhammer Fantasy RP. I don't know exactly the differences between the two, but that's okay. But remember to stay in contact with the Sept, follow the channel, subscribe to YouTube, ring the bell icon, comment in the comment section, and all of those things. Because that would be much appreciated. And here we go. Woohoo!